Hello, my friends. It's really such a privilege to be here today. I'll start with our formal introduction, and then we'll jump into our conversation for today. So happy Mindfulness Monday, everyone. Thank you for joining us. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. And just know that you'll be muted for the duration of today's session. Feel free to use the chat function to communicate with us, share your questions, thoughts, where you're joining from. I'm at my sweet home in Asheville, North Carolina today, and really looking forward to seeing what parts of the country and the world we might be connecting in this little container called the World Wide Web. Our next live English session will be on December 2nd, and that will be, I believe, with Devin. Yeah, Devin will be returning in December to share with us on the subject of equanimity. If you haven't heard, the Parkinson's Foundation hosts weekly education and wellness programs through our PD Health at Home virtual programming. Mindfulness Mondays, which you found, Wellness Wednesdays, and our Fitness Fridays. Our next Wellness Wednesday is the continuation and the conclusion of our Care Partner Summit. So our panelists on Wednesday will share what they've learned, offer effective tips and tools that support everyday challenges. It's also an invitation for you to share your tips and tools to be able to expand the resources that you have and reaching other care partners who are supporting someone living with Parkinson's disease. So you can join us for that conversation on the essential tools this Wednesday. You can sign up at parkinson.org/pdhealth. That's all the housekeeping I've got for us today. Can you hear me okay? Okay, wonderful. So much activity in the chat, and what that tells me is we are here, right? We are present with this moment. We are present with our people, and we are present with ourselves. And for a time being, when we drop into the meditation, Delia and I are going to start a new practice where we mute the chat so that those of you who might hear the ringing or dinging or might get distracted by the little bubble of new message, we're going to mute that. So just to support us in relieving some of the distractions when we're trying to find stillness in the mind. So before we begin, just an invitation to drop in. And what does that look like? Close the eyes if you feel comfortable with it. Soften your shoulders and take a deep breath in. And you can take a big breath out. Yeah. The sigh is really beneficial for our nervous system. So let's try that again. You can push all the air out of your lungs and take a breath in. And borrowing the words of a friend of mine, we have arrived. We've arrived. And before we jump into the conversation, the dialogue that happens before our meditation, I'd love to invite you to write or name 3 things that always give you a smile. You can put that in the chat and I'll read them out loud for everyone to hear. You can also write them in your journal, or you can just say them silently to yourself or say them out loud to yourself. No need to share if you don't feel that accessible to you today. Name 3 things that always give you a smile. David writes in grandkids. Yeah, what a blessing that our grandkids are, reminding us of new life, inspiration, innovation, imagination. Friends, my son, my cats, absolutely. Was just chatting with Delia about how much we love our cats and how supportive they are in our lives. Friends, son, cat. Gordon shares time with my 3 grandchildren. There it is again, the children. Grandkids again, Kieran, thank you for sharing. Jean, grandkids, the beach, and friends. And Kara, my dog and my children, the beach again. So there's this theme I'm seeing here is family, loved ones, friends, and nature. The sunset, my husband, grandkids. Dear, Samantha writes, dear. I love that, Samantha. They are such fragile and sensitive beings and remind us of pausing and moving quietly and slowly, and how such an animal of expansion can be so quiet and make such a profound presence on us. Yeah, coffee. Love coffee. My dog. Coffee always gives you a smile. That's great. Granddaughter, my family, my cats, my VA. Oh, Kelly, you are speaking to my heart. Kelly writes, ice cream always brings me a smile. Yeah, my pleasure is cookies, chocolate chip cookies. So love the sweets here. Puppies. Yeah. My son, Thanksgiving with family, a good martini. We can speak to the vices that bring us so much joy. Absolutely, Dale. Thank you for sharing in it and emphasizing that it must be a good martini, not just any martini, a good martini. The sun on my face, Cindy. Yeah, the benefits of receiving from that which gives us life, the sun, right? And Lynn, my husband, my hobbies, Kieran, family, friends, talking to them. George shares Carol, my wife, our home, our friends, my cat, Mookie. That's so cute. Thank you for sharing. My old army buddies. Yeah, and how we can bridge this past life, this history of ourselves through friendship and holding those friendships through a lifetime. It speaks volumes to the connection that you have with the people in your life. My grandsons, the German Shepherd dogs, yeah, laughing with my girlfriends. So you can see, as I named before, this theme of that which brings us joy across the world. And it is those who make us feel loved, those who make us feel seen, those who make us feel heard. And that can be humans, that can be animals, that can be nature. It can be warmth of a beverage in the morning or at night. Yeah, those who make us feel held, those who make us feel seen, and those that make us feel heard. Thank you all for sharing. I'd love to share a poem with you. And for some of you, we've heard this before. And it's important to revisit things we've heard, because every time we hear them, it can feel new, because we are never the same person at any given day, at any given time. We're ever changing, right? And words from Nancy J. Carmody. She writes, I am thankful for the mess to clean up after a party, because it means I have been surrounded by friends. The taxes that I pay, because it means that I'm employed. The clothes that fit a little too snug, because it means I have enough to eat. My shadow who watches me work, because it means I am out in the sunshine. The spot I find at the far end of the parking lot, because it means I am capable of walking. All the complaining I hear about our government, because it means we have freedom of speech. That lady behind me in church who sings off key, because it means that I can hear. The lawn that needs mowing, the leaves that need raking, windows that need cleaning, and gutters that need fixing, because it means I have a home. My huge heating bill, because it means that I am warm. Weariness and aching muscles at the end of the day, because it means that I have been productive. The alarm that goes off in the early morning hours, because it means that I am alive. Mindfulness asks us to look beyond the surface of our material lives so that we can begin to feel the fullness that emanates within. And through this feeling of fullness, we can then start to recognize our ability to embrace generosity, our ability to explore the abundance that already exists and the wealth that already exists in our lives. A gratitude practice is a formal recognition of what we already have. And studies have shown that a gratitude practice, a regular gratitude practice, ushers us towards a deeper appreciation of our life. We also gain a greater understanding of what is valuable and important and what is merely a passing desire. Gratitude practice reminds us we are being loved and cared for, and we have enough. We have enough to live a beautiful life. And we can start by remembering the simple things like the gift of breath. Breathe with me. And I imagine some of you are finding it challenging to breathe through the nose, just given the time of year. And I'll remind you when you can breathe again through the nose. And those of us who can easily breathe through the nose right now, how when we are stuffy or have a cold, the only thing you want is just to be able to breathe through your nose. So breathe again. How grateful I am to breathe. Gratitude is being rooted in what we already have. We're so blessed simply by being right here in this space together. So let's find a comfortable seat if you haven't already. And take your time to get comfortable. Fidget around, move the shoulders, move the jaw around, make some funny faces. Feel your body. And then when you feel that attuneness with your body, allow yourself to elongate, grow a little taller. Yeah, finding space in the spine. Open your chest. Sit up nice and tall or lay down nice and long. And notice what your shoulders are doing. Can you feel them soften down? And I see some of you have already begun to close your eyes. If it feels comfortable for you, an invitation to close the curtains of vision and breathe deeply. Feel this body breathe you. And notice your arms laying peacefully by your sides, heavy and relaxed. And when you feel that shift, if that ever, you feel that shift of I am here, just take some deep breaths. And even if you are distracted, an invitation to continue breathing mindfully. What a gift it is to breathe. It's the first thing we do when we're born. It's the last thing we'll do when we transition. So breathe, dear one, with gratitude. Mm. And begin to feel that deep sense of gratitude about things in your life, your home, your community, your doctor, your wife, your cat, coffee, tea, grandchildren, whatever comes to mind. Feel that deep sense of gratitude about things or those of people in your life. Breathe in and breathe out. You may feel grateful for something you have, a new car, or a car that you've had for a decade. And bring into your mind those objects that you're grateful for, like your house, your bed, your recliner. And continue to breathe deeply into your thoughts as you imagine these things that you are grateful for, these objects. Maybe your favorite mug. And on your next exhale, whisper to yourself out loud, thank you, thank you, thank you. Breathe in and breathe out. And now we'll shift to expressing gratitude for those people you know, people and even animals that might come to mind. And see them clearly in your mind's eye. The image of your grandchildren or your wife or husband, a dear friend. Perhaps you can even hear how they sound. And recognizing what the sound of their voice does to your body, to your heart. And as you breathe out, whisper to yourself, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Breathe in and breathe out. And this next one is finding gratitude for yourself. Grateful for your health. Grateful for your wisdom. Grateful for your kindness. And you can say out loud, I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for my wisdom. I am grateful for my kindness. And finding this next few moments to find gratitude for those times that you stood up for yourself, those times where you chose to communicate your needs, those times where you advocated for someone else. And be grateful for your ability to love others. So breathe in deeply now. And maybe even wrapping your arms around yourself. Give yourself a big hug and whisper, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take a nice breath in, being grateful for the body that breathes, that brings you life. And starting to let go control of your breath, just letting that fall away, naturally finding your rhythm. And when you exhale, feeling your body perhaps sink a little deeper into relaxation. The shoulders continue to soften. The muscles of your face relax. And feel yourself as you are naturally, here and now. Not how you expect yourself to be. And just being thankful for who you truly are. Living with Parkinson's or supporting someone with Parkinson's. Feeling yourself as you are naturally. You have everything you need. You are enough. You do enough. And you have enough. Breathe in and out. In and out. And now hear yourself saying these words with conviction. I am grateful for this moment. I embrace each day with gratitude. I am grateful for my dreams and for my desires. Every day, I am more mindful of the small blessings in my life. I am thankful for each and every day. Things keep getting better and better, so I am grateful for that. Taking a moment to allow those convictions to settle. The words from Dr. Robert Holden. He writes, "The miracle of gratitude is that it shifts your perception to such an extent that it changes the world you see." The miracle of gratitude is that it shifts your perception to such an extent that it changes the world you see. Take a breath in, my friend, and let that breath go. Let's do another one together. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. Last one. Breathing in and breathing out. And begin to flutter your eyes open if you haven't already. And an invitation, Delia, if you would open the chat to write something that you feel grateful for in this moment. Mm. Thank you, Deborah. Feeling grateful for this session. Grateful for what I have in my life. I'm grateful I am for doing this. I'm glad that you're here, Craig. Mindy shares her gratitude for this group. That means you, all of you. Grateful for all of you. Oh, my guess, all that I can still do. And I love this shift of verbiage. Often I hear, I have to do this, I have to do that. And just simply shifting, as Dr. Robert Holden shared in the quote that I just offered, our perspective. I get to. I get to. I get to wake up. I get to go to the gym. I get to go to the doctor. Kieran, grateful for whatever I have in my life. Yeah. Our lives are already so abundant. It just takes us a pause to recognize. Yeah. Any questions, my friends? We have 2 more minutes together. Or reflections. Anything else you feel needs to be shared in our time? Mike says, grateful for every day on earth and the beauty of this world. Yeah, there's a phrase that I've been using lately called brutally beautiful. And sometimes life can feel so brutal and so beautiful at the same time. And I'm so grateful to be present for it all. Yeah. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate you all so much. It is truly an honor to share this space with each of you, and it's been some time since I was the one offering, and you continue to remind me of how necessary it is for us as a community and as individuals to come together and to practice mindfulness, and whatever the subject might be: gratitude, equanimity, joy. It's all present. All right, my sweet friends. Our next live session is December 2nd. Next week is our Spanish programming. And if I don't see you for Wellness Wednesdays, I'll absolutely see you for our next mindfulness session. Until, my friends, be well. May you be present. And may you continue to find gratitude in your everyday. Talk soon.